What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning, everybody.
Hey,
Good
folks.
morning.
Yeah, it is a beautiful Thursday morning.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
broadcasting from Orlando today. So I'm in a hotel. Hopefully the internet holds up while I'm here, and you don't see me drop out and fall away. But yeah, so far so good. Let's say good morning to everybody today. Good morning. Nice and soft, nice and calm.
Good morning. Have
What a
cup
beautiful
of coffee.
day. Mike,
That
how are you
is-
doing today?
I'm doing great. I just received my new banner, so I'm super happy.
See that? Some sin killer going on. Mario.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm saying that right. I say that it might be Mario, but I say it like
I have no
some of the
idea.
Italian guys that I know. They're like,
Yeah.
Mario. It's a me, a Mario. Like that. Like that's how I know how to say it. So, but I just recently learned that his name was Mario. That it was for a long time it was Marv V. And I'm like, it's Marv V.
Yeah,
You know,
because of his
but,
last name, so it makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah. I'm not having nerd bacon. I'm having nerd sausage.
Ooh,
Look at that.
that's a good alternative.
Woo!
Oh, it's delicious. I'm not gonna lie. It is delicious.
Well, once
Nick,
again,
how's your day going, buddy?
well, better than yesterday, and that's all that matters. We're just gonna
rough one.
keep on streamlining and hope there are no explosions. But that's a good sign. I find when my luck goes to pot, I'm doing the right thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that video game logic. When you start bumping into resistance, you must be on the right path. Because if it's easy, you're not growing. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, that's a good outlook to have on life, man. That really is.
I try. I mean,
Yeah.
I had a very punchable face in my youth, so I tried to roll with it.
Yeah, me too. That's why I have a
little
beard
dude,
now.
big mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Moving.
I'm not little anymore. I'm a roly, but not. See, what happened is I was actually watching a movie the moment they switched from like the TV aspect to the widescreen, and it just translated, folks. It just got hold of me, quick, right out the sides, and now I'm kind of a little.
What a story, Mark.
You got to be careful, though. You got to be careful who you oppress, though.
You see, your actions have consequences. When you oppress people, they rise up in a fiery anger.
Hashtag the slap. Oh wait, I said it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. Oh, we'll talk about the slap today.
Ooh, yes.
the dumbest thing
Yes.
thing to occupy the media cycle for how many days now? Oh my gosh!
I am delighted because the memes are absolute pristine.
They're-
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's
Oh.
gold, and I might as well
My
laugh.
favorite meme is like someone replaced Chris Rock's face with Joe Biden and Will Smith's face with Trump, and it was hilarious because I'm
Yeah.
like that's going to trigger people on two different levels.
Yeah. That's gonna trigger them all the levels.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll admit it took me half a second to get there because I don't think that way. That's not my
Yeah.
default. So I had to go, oh, yeah.
That's
everybody loses.
Everybody loses on that one. So all right, let's say hi to some of the folks in the chat this morning. Speaking of
let's come
Sin
up.
Killer, we've got Mario. It's Mario in the chat this morning. Greetings, can't comment. I'm standing. Have a great day. We've got Mike Jimmy on the screen and in the chats, petting his
That's
cat
why
like a
he's from
supervillain.
a cast. He's time traveling right now.
This is Mrs. Scribblesworth. She is my greatest asset in my army of evil.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Mike Jimmy sits there, pets his cat on camera like a supervillain, but he also has the accent.
Oh, yes.
He's also got an accent, like, all supervillains in American media, they've got accents.
Yeah, they got a German accent, and I'm only 2 hours driving away from Germany, so that's okay.
Yeah. So let me ask this: where you're from, what are the supervillains? Are they Americans?
Ooh, no, they're still German.
They're
So
still
the Germans are like,
Germany.
and German
Say no.
are like, the
Except-
good guy is the good guy is American, and this is my German accent. The good
Yeah,
guys are
essentially.
American. Da, 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 da. See, I'm really bad at German accent.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, be entertained.
The
folks, be
Americans are
entertained.
the good guys, and
Yeah.
the Germans
There you
are
go.
the evil ones.
Russia is also a bad guy over here. Like
Nah.
Russia gets a lot of hate in our media for good reason.
Yeah, but honestly, like I on the internet, I've spoken to a lot of Russians. Being in comics, especially web comics, they have amazing web comics from Russia. Like, I know some of them that have over 100,000 followers on webtoons and everything.
Yeah.
High quality stuff. No one wants this. Any of this.
No,
They're
nobody.
wonderful people. They're very supportive. It's just a country that is very much on its own, just like America was.
They got a crazy leader.
Yeah.
And that's why the Russians become the bad guys in our TV shows and stuff. Because
We kind of had that whole Cold
people
War
like
for
Putin.
a while.
Putin's
Yeah.
Putin's a nut job.
Well,
All right, we got Agent Zero. Agent Zero says, work. Oh, hey, it's Nerd Bacon on another beautiful Thursday morning. Yes,
It
it is.
is.
It is a beautiful Thursday. I haven't even actually looked outside. But,
Orlando, beautiful, and
yeah.
March in Indiana, beautiful, are slightly different beautifuls. But you know what?
But still,
Oh, yeah,
everything's
no,
beautiful.
I got it then.
Yeah.
We
Everything's
had 2 beautiful weeks of full sunshine. Yesterday it was still sunny. It was like normal room temperature outside. Today it is just above freezing and it's snowing.
Oh, how is that even possible?
Yeah,
It's like weather by Sybil. It's like weather by
it
Sybil.
just went woof, like a roller coaster.
Joe Bachman's in the chat this morning.
Hey,
Hey, good morning. Good to have you.
Joe is
we've
busting
got
out
the,
some amazing apps. I mean, he's just cranking out apps and he's making up business. So I'm really proud of Joe because he
Cool.
took that leap. And not everybody who's good at something is willing to make the jump and actually start marketing
Very
it.
true.
So,
Yeah, way to go, man. That's awesome. Especially when it's when you're able to take kind of what you do and apply it to kind of other people's crafts as well.
Yes.
So now it's not just like, well, it's not just this job thing that I'm doing, but it's like I can apply this to everything. or other things that interest me and I enjoy. We've also got Brian K. Morris in the chat this morning. Good morning, one and all. How goes the day? The day goes well, Brian, and the day goes better now that you're here.
Absolutely. It's so nice to be on screen and see Brian in the comments. This is Twilight Zone for me, but I always enjoy it.
And Joe says, here's where all the rest of the commenters are hanging out. Yes, it is. We've got Nita in the chat with Raging 2. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got a lot of good talking back and forth going on.
Our chat is absolute fire. I've been watching this.
It's not a chat until Frog G shows up. Frog G's here. Good morning, good morning. It's good to see you. Yeah. And let me see. Oh, your boy Hojo's here. Hojo's here today.
Hey.
Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Hojo.
Good morning. It is a beautiful, beautiful Nerd Bacon ears. Yep. And we got Sugar Chris in the chat this morning. Hail, everyone. Hail, Sugar Chris. And let me see who else we got. I'm trying to hit everybody up here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. A lot of back and forth. Frog G dropping those links. Thank you. Thank you for dropping those links.
You all are active.
Oh, just says Mike sounds like a cooler version of Goldmember from Austin Powers. You're good.
Pure good.
When a pipe and a cripe, a smoke and a pancake, is there no pleasing you?
Oh, my baby dips, baby dips, baby dips.
Nita does not like the Russian bots. She does not care for the Russian bots. And I don't blame her. Yeah, they're pretty bad. We got Brianna K. Wilder here today. Good morning. Hey, how's everyone doing? We're doing pretty good, and hopefully you're doing pretty
fabulous.
good too.
And we're better every minute. That's what we're going for. We just want to just keep building, folks. Get that energy up a little bit. Get your jam. If coffee is your thing, knock it back.
Got you covered.
See?
Yep.
Life is good, folks.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's do a little housekeeping. A little housekeeping this morning. I do want to remind everyone to check out the oh, there it goes. Ooh,
Subliminal message stuff.
There we go. Check out the Raging 2 Network. This morning, you're probably going to be finding this. You may be watching this morning from a number of different platforms. We're on 4 different Facebook pages. We're on 2 different YouTube channels and 2 different Twitter accounts. So this morning, you may be watching on YouTube from either the Luke Stone Studios channel, or you may be watching from the Raging 2 network. And so I do encourage you to give a like, subscribe, ring the bell for either one of those accounts. But you can check out these other shows from the Raging 2 network, which is great. On Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m., you've got the Raging 2 The Vlogs with Nita and Daphne, which is great. On Tuesday nights, you've got at 9 p.m. Eastern, you've got Dispatches from Outside the Box, which is really cool, with C. Michael Lanning and Stone Abdullah. Check that out. Also on Wednesdays at 4 p.m., you've got Ego Works, the art live stream with Daphne Lage. So check that out. Those are always really cool. Last night, you might have caught the Zimcast with Randy Zimmerman on at 9 p.m. It goes from 9 to 11. A great show. They talk just about everything. And they talked a little bit about kind of the last conversation you're going to hear about the Liberty debacle that we've all gone through. We're all putting that in our rearview mirror now. And we are focusing on all the wonderful things we're building. In fact, we'll talk about some of that this morning. And then obviously, here Thursday morning, you got Nerd Bacon. We're hanging out with Nerd Bacon. Sunday Funnies at 9 a.m. with Randy Zimmerman. Talking Comics on Sunday with JD Calderon, 7:30 p.m. There's more shows coming, more things happening. So make sure you check that out. Also, we remind you that today's episode is brought to you by The Long Shots on Indiegogo. 7 publishers. Actually, it's 5 publishers, 7 creators, 9 books, 1 big deal. So pretty exciting stuff. Make sure you check this out. 9 different books, 32 pages interior, all for $25. So be sure to check that out. And last but certainly not least, you can save 5% on your next Gemini mailer order right now by going and putting in the coupon code RAGIN2. That's RAGIN 2. So check that out. Some good stuff, and we're excited about that. And yeah, so that's a little housekeeping. Having a good time this morning, and let's catch up on our good morning Facebook user. I do encourage you to either possibly you've got to give StreamYard permission so we can see your name, or head on over to one of the YouTube channels so that we can see you there. Frog G dropping those links in the chat again. She's saying Sir Frog. Yes, Frog G is he's kind of the bomb around here. Like he's
Oh yeah.
he's kind of like the guy that we all, he's like our Batman.
He's the master of the links.
Oh, Brian K. Moore says, I'm thrilled
Ooh.
to say I'll be on Sunday Funnies with Dazam this weekend. Oh, it's going to be a good one
Awesome.
then. I think
Oh,
whenever you get some
yeah.
of these guys together, it's great. And I also want to remind everyone to go check out the Rising Tide Network that Brian K. Morris has spearheaded through. What a great guy. What a great network. And, Rising Tide definitely lifts all ships. So yeah, go check them out too.
Yes,
A lot
it
of great
does.
content over there.
Yeah, especially on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern
Yeah, I
time.
wonder.
You might find the Historical Fencing Guild involved. Oh, wait, me? No.
Frog G
I
blush.
would never shamelessly plug myself.
Uh-huh.
Frog G blush.
Hashtag always
Shameless
promote.
self-promotion. So, Mike, you had a great convention this last
Yes,
week.
I did.
Tell us about that, man.
So I was at Dutch Comic Con last weekend, and I had a horrible spot. And
Hold
I
on a
mean,
second. The Dutch have a Comic-Con?
we have one literally every single week.
Okay.
It's incredible how many conventions we have from the Netherlands, Belgium, and France. And then we're not even down to Italy, because there's like 100 more there. Like, if you want to go to a convention in Europe, just the West Coast, the entirety up and down to like Spain, you're set. But
Wow.
I had a horrible spot. Like, if I had my banner behind me like this, I was so closed in, you would not be able to see anything more than maybe a tiny corner. So
But yet you sold out, right?
I sold out of 3 books.
Heck yeah, man.
Hey,
Dude, you must be like
So-
a Carnival Barker from
Oh my god.
I don't know, man. That's awesome.
I had a new convention buddy with me who was very autistic. He's a very cool guy. He's working into going into comics, but he is pretty high on the autism spectrum.
What?
However, that actually made things very easy for me to be like, okay, I do the talking, you take care of stock, you take care of payments, and this is gonna work perfectly. And it did. We had such a great time. But yeah, on Saturday I had the banner behind me like this, and on Sunday I decided, screw it, like let's put the banner on the table so it's actually above the panels that they put between, like they wall off every single booth.
Okay.
Because I had over 100 people looking for that banner from 2019 and old friends and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So literally from the moment I put it up there and the convention started, I had sale after sale after sale after sale, and I just kept going, and it was incredible.
Isn't that
Why
it feels amazing, doesn't it?
Oh
Like,
man.
Like, here's the thing. We all that have done this, we know what it's like to sit there and have people walk by. Do you like comics? No. What are you doing at a Comic-Con if you don't like comics?
Exactly.
I have to ask that question first. But to be like, everyone look at you like, oh, they're an indie book. Oh,
Yeah.
like you're the scourge of the industry. But we know what it's like to, not have those, sales. But man, that feeling to, one book after the other, like they're hotcakes. It's like, what?
Oh,
I
yeah.
love this. Yeah. So man, congratulations on that. That's a great
So-
experience for you, man.
This Saturday I will be in Deventer, which is on the other side of the Netherlands, for a single day. It's a smaller con. The East Dutch comic convention, and that's just one day, but like at those smaller ones, I do even better than the big ones because you get so much more time to talk to people. The advertising is a lot better. You have so much more fun. And I actually got invited by the organizer on a previous con who didn't know me yet. And I was like, 2nd of April? Wait, no, I'm going to be at a con then already. And he was like, really? You're going to be at my con? Because I have no idea who you are. Because my con buddy, like, we got a 4 meters, like 4-yard stall, and
Nice.
she took care of everything. So we're taking half,
Yeah.
which is pretty much a normal booth at that kind of point.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh my God, you're with her! Like, you're gonna be fine." I'm looking
Nice.
forward to these. Like, it's gonna be quiet after that. I can focus on La Cora production again. I'm going to order the copies for La Cora 5 after this stream, and
Nice.
the plushies are going to be sent out today as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
in
Great,
2
man.
weeks, I will be able to just go and fulfill.
Yeah. Well, things are going great for Mike. We've got John Celestri in the chat
Hey.
today. Good morning. Good
The
morning,
original
John. It's
gangster.
nice to have you here. Yeah, one of the
John.
OGs. You know, I talk. It's funny. I talk a lot about kind of my how I fell in love with comics and all that stuff. And part of that story is my love for He-Man. And I used to wake up and watch the old animated series. And John was a big part of that. So it's kind of cool that
Yeah.
have somebody back in the industry, that contributed so many years ago. So yeah, it's good to have you here today, John, and we appreciate what you do.
It really
Yes,
is
really.
like an honor. Some of the people just on this network alone, that we
Yeah.
get to associate with. Because for me, Daphne's a huge deal because I was part of that whole thing back in the 90s. And John, it's really cool who all of a sudden you end up bumping. Oh, hi, you're somebody
Yeah,
I built.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Woo.
Brianna says it's so sad that she missed it. Would have loved to celebrate with you guys.
Yeah,
So I'm
Brianna
guessing
is. Yeah, she's
she's in your
Dutch
neck of the
too.
woods.
Yeah.
Facebook-
But she got.
Facebook user says they have some Dutch blood running through them.
Noticing it.
We can't tell who you are, Facebook user. Please allow StreamYard permission to post your
But we
name.
know
Or
you're Dutch blood, so
or-
that helps.
yeah.
That narrows it
Yeah.
down.
oh, and this morning we've also got Dave Brink from Genuine Comics
Hey,
in the
Dave.
chat. Good morning,
Another
Dave.
Dutchie.
Yeah, another. What a great.
May all your tens be perfect.
What a great book. Perfect 10 is a great book.
Oh, yeah.
Doing some great stuff, making a lot of money over there, and getting a lot of backers. Yeah, that's impressive stuff. Impressive stuff you guys are doing. So, pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff, man. Yep.
Yeah, he's
And,
still funding, right? Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, Agent Zero says I definitely want to be part of what comes next in comics. And you know what? Yeah, there's a lot of really cool upcoming things. And I think
Yes.
it's a new movement. I kind of feel like it's the the new golden age of comics, if you will.
Yes.
And it's not coming from the big two, like what we would expect, what it did. But you're seeing all these brand new IPs pop up, all these new fresh ideas, new characters, new stories, new worlds. And it's all coming up out of independent comics. And so now is the perfect time to get your books out there, to tell your stories, and contribute to what's going on. Because people post-COVID, during COVID, when most of the big things were putting their pencils down, we kept working because it was a perfect time for us to keep
Exactly.
working. We couldn't leave the house, So our offices were right there, and we just kept going. And it's what happened was people started looking to indies to fulfill their entertainment needs, and they started realizing there's some good books out there. There's some good creators, some good stories, and now people are looking at independent comics as a legitimate form of entertainment now, and it's great
Yeah.
to be a part of that. It's great to be a
Well,
part of that. Frog G
what
dropped
you
more
gotta-
links. Awesome.
Always. What you got to keep in mind with indie comics right now too, because we don't have financial backing, we don't have the support from a backlog of money. We have to prove ourselves, so we are putting out the best work we can, and we're gonna
Yes.
keep doing that. We always try to up the ante on quality because nobody else will do it for us, so we better do it ourselves.
It's really easy to stay hungry when you're hungry. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Uh,
I think there's
Dave's
a lot of
asking. Yeah, Dave's asking a quick question. Just want to answer it before we continue. So don't lose your train of thought there, Nick. He said, so do these guys see the comments from all the channels they stream to? Yes. We're using
Yes.
StreamYard as our streaming platform. We see all the comments are populated right here to the side of us, and so we can see all those comments. That's why we're pulling them in. Now, you may not see all the comments. If you're on, let's say you're on the Luke Stone Studios channel, and someone comments the on the channel over at the Raging 2 Network, you're not going to see that in the comments. You're only going to see where people are commenting on the Luke Stone Studios channel. And if you're on one of the 4 Facebook platforms, you're only going to see who's commenting on that particular stream, not all 4 of those streams. So that's how that works. But yeah, so we get to see everybody's comments. So and we get to see everybody that's watching. So you may notice that the number of watchers is from where you're at doesn't seem like a lot, but we've got people watching from 8 different locations. So the only place that doesn't populate watchers is Twitter. Twitter doesn't do comments and doesn't do watches, but it does give people an opportunity to kind of do that, that stream creeping thing, where you just hang out in the background and
It's perfect to
check out
work
what's going
on.
on. Yep, it is. It's
Yeah,
perfect to work on.
we're all about being ASMR, hence the bacon opening.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
what I was going for was mainstream comics, especially lately, have gotten to all they do is they deconstruct their old stuff or they retell their old stuff.
Yes.
And the wonderful thing about being a single creator is you can't reach back to something somebody else did and say, I'll just tell his story or her story or their story again, and maybe I'll tweak it so it looks like mine as a shortcut. There are no shortcuts in independent creation. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think
it's
what's I'm tired of seeing the same stories. I'm sorry. It's not
Yeah.
that I don't love some of the classics. They're classic for a reason. But I say, how many times can Uncle Ben die? I mean, really, there's one for every grain of rice, people. That's why.
yeah. I think that's what
Yeah.
I think that's why I enjoyed the new Batman with Patterson.
I've heard
Batman.
good things about it. As it's
Yeah, I
different.
think because it was not it was not the Batman of the comic books, but I think we've seen enough versions of Batman by now to appreciate something fresh and new, and it had a fresh take to it. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it very much. Our Facebook user is Sarah.
Oh, Sarah,
Oh, hey.
my love.
Yeah.
I do
So
hope
it's
your coffin is
give it a
cozy
mess.
this morning. Yes. Sarah is just the wonderful
Yes.
individual.
Yeah, we love Sarah. She's a great friend in the community. Yeah, she you know just especially while I was sick, offered a lot of prayers and concern, and it was the community really stepped up. And now I always said that it's not a community, it's an industry, and that is very true. It's very true. But inside of the industry, there is a community of people that have each other's back, and some of that is within this thing called Comicsgate that I like. Some people will hate it. I happen to love those people very much. They're very. I've never had a bad interaction with one of those guys. I've had a lot of bad interactions with people that tried to say they were Comicsgate, but they really weren't. But the true hardworking kind of little creator at the bottom, they're all good people. They're all good people. And then there's a really good community that's outside of that with the Rising Tide Network and the Raging 2 Network and you know It's a tight knit group of people that will have each other's back, and they don't care about ideology. They don't care about politics. It's about people being people, encouraging each other to create, to lift each other up, and it's what we need more in the world. Less tearing down, more building up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
So much love. So much love.
Yeah.
One thing I love about Sarah, she reminds me, because she's fairly new, she gets excited about the new comics. And when you hang out with just the creators,
Yes.
you lose. It's really easy to get lost in the background and the tension and the sales and all the stuff. And you need passionate fans. This is why I'm mad at the guys running Halo. You go, this is one of my personal rants, but they keep like bashing the fans that pay their bills, and I don't like that.
Right? Yeah.
Somebody
Like
like
this-
Sarah, who she gets a new book, and she's like, "I love this. I want more of it. It's great. When I'm done with it, if it's kid safe, I'm donating it to kids in a hospital."
Yeah.
This is the kind of fan I want to be involved with.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And the thing is, it is great to hang out with the creators. Creators can become fans too.
Yes.
But typically what happens is if you create a book and I create a book, at some point we look at each other like competition if our books are anywhere close to the same thing. And so, I might back. And what I noticed a lot in one particular area, and a couple people that I associated with, I don't associate with so much anymore. But they would back you with the expectation of reciprocity that you're going to back
Yes.
them. And it's like, well, that's not how this should work. Like I should only buy a book that I'm interested in, and if
Or
I'm
can
not backing your
afford.
book, but if I'm not backing your book, it's because it doesn't intrigue me enough to spend my hard-earned money on it. Make me want to spend my money on it. Don't just expect because I create a book and I'm going to be crowdfunding later that, well, if you don't back me, I'm not going to back you. Well, that's not the kind of fan I want anyway. I want someone that really wants to read the story and get into it and enjoy the story. So now I do like it when fans become creators, when your books and your stories inspire them to build something and make something. That's pretty awesome.
There's so much to unpack on that. First off, I have to say, did you read Hybrids? I mean, I hate to say it because like I got to get on. Like I will drag my soapbox for this one. If you can read Hybrids and not want to support Hybrids, I don't know what's wrong with you. Like I'm sorry, maybe you need to be tested for some sort of mental deficiency because like this is what Claremont X-Men should have been, later on. Like this is called writing and character design and a world that's interesting. This is what comics are. If you want superhero comics, this is where you go. And people, well, you want to reread the same story that's been focus grouped through like a sieve so that it has nothing interesting, thus no one can be offended. So sorry. So
Exactly.
now that little rage, hashtag rage rant.
Hashtag hash brown rage rant.
Hash brown rage rant. I'm all for it. But now I want hash browns. Dang it, Luke. But
I know, right?
That's okay. I've got emergency.
Brianna says I had even finished my cosplay costume like 2 days shy of the event, but I hurried for nothing. Let Elfia come and like all 300 other Benelux events.
Yeah.
So yeah,
pretty much.
And, there's nothing worse than finishing a good cosplay and then not being able to make it to the event that you worked so hard to present it at. That sucks. Genuine says we're now in the dark age of comics, moving towards the platinum age when indie comics takes the top shelf. I agree. I think that what we've seen from a lot out there. I think whenever anything, and we say this we've said it kind of jokingly in the past, go woke, go broke. But I think whenever media starts to focus more on a political agenda or even a religious agenda or anything like that, any kind of agenda, it goes away. Like I've not been shy about some people. I cannot stand Christian fiction. Like it's normally terrible. You know, I'm a pastor, but I can't stand Christian fiction. It is, it's lame. It's goofy because it has an agenda. You know,
Yeah.
it's like learn how to tell a story naturally without an agenda. And now there's this Christian movie that's got it's like porn. It's like a Christian porn now, and I'm like, how is that even possible?
Wait,
It's called Redeeming Love. Yeah, look it up. This thing is it's called Redeeming Love. It's like softcore porn, but it's supposed to be Christian, based off of um, the uh, um, the what is it? Hosea, the Gomer story. Thank you. I got my wife over here. I still have a lot of COVID fog, and my wife's across from me. She's shooting me the answers, so that's why I'm looking. I'm looking up my. Yeah. I'm like one of those guys that sat behind her in school and got A's because they were looking over, copying the
they're
test.
called our better half for a reason. You know?
Yes.
Better half for a reason. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's
I could
not the better half. She's the best half. She's the best half, and she might be more like my best 3/4. It's probably more
That's okay.
more accurate.
It said
Yeah.
sickness and health. It was in the paperwork. I read the
I'm not
contract.
wearing
Dang it.
I'm not wearing the pork pie today because I didn't. I left it at home. So
Well, see, you
no
just
pork
need
pie
to get a
today.
hybrids branded pork pie.
Ooh, that would be nice. Yeah.
Maybe something.
Your boy Hojo says, Indy has, I think it's supposed to be has had no restrictions on ideas or content. It's like being a musician and having full control over every process and no A&R. It is. It's a lot of fun.
And
It's a whole lot of fun.
it does mean some people fail, and not to be Darwinist, but you know that there's a part of it where you have to get good, scrub. I mean, like
Essentially, yeah.
yeah, you know, and if it doesn't work, you pivot. But being small and hungry, you can go. This isn't. Gonna
Hojo
hold
does not
up
need
to
a Secret Wars Part 6. He's had enough of Secret Wars. I tell you what, I love Secret Wars back when Mike Zeck ran it, back in the 80s. That was a great run for me. It actually was the run that made me fall in love with comics. So uh, everything else has just been a pale comparison, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yep, seriously, having more trouble there. Dave says, you insult me as a customer, or you ruin what I love. I'm out. Simple as that.
Yep.
You know what? Yeah. I don't give anybody um, my money that hates me. So there is something I want to bring up. I want to watch this morning. We're going to do one of those what they call EFAP. Now, here's what's funny. I actually had to look up what EFAPing was because I had no idea what it was. There's two
boy.
definitions for EFAPing. EFAPing is it is first one definition. It's every frame a pause. Okay, so it's where you take another video and you you just do commentary stuff with it, but you keep pausing it. You know, so it's like the EFAP. That's one, but the other version of EFAPing is something. It's something.
Sexually
How do I
inappropriate.
say this?
I hope
Yes.
not.
No, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they wanted money or they wanted something more sexual.
Yeah. It's inappropriate. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is that the throat clear of judgment from our mighty Beth, executive producer? In the
It might be. It might be. Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
That was so well timed.
yeah.
I love that woman. I barely know her, but I absolutely adore Beth. Like,
Yes.
Yeah. Well, she's absolutely lovable and adorable. So it's easy to do that. All right. So here I'm gonna share this. This is gonna be my first attempt at EFAPing.
Oh boy.
In any sense. In any sense.
Good night,
Oh
everybody.
boy. Demonetization.
Putting my stand-in. Oh no.
I'm just gonna give you this face with the arms going up, just going, oh dear Lord.
How did this happen? Yeah, it's gone crazy. But here we are. Nonetheless, we are here.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. All right.
All right,
We're gonna try this. I apologize if any of you guys can handle the comments while I'm doing this.
Sure.
This is gonna be crazy. Okay. Screen is shared, so we are doing this. I think we've got audio. I'm gonna make this big. I don't have my multiple screens. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you remember when there were two genders and only 1.5 of them had to shave their mustaches? Oh, hi. I'm Jeremy Boring, CEO and God King of the Daily Wire. Harry's Razors used to advertise on our shows.
Oh.
They're a great product, and we were happy to do it. That's before some peon who works for me went and said that boys are boys and girls are girls, and that was just too much for Harry's. They condemned our views held by millions of Americans and virtually every human who's walked the planet until about 15 minutes ago, as inexcusable. And they dropped their ads from our network because of what they called values misalignment. You're damn right our values are misaligned. And it's not just Harry's either. Gillette razors used to be the best a man could get. Then they decided that men are too toxic. Unless you're the kind of man who teaches his daughter to shave her beard. If that makes sense to you, keep buying Gillette. But if you've had enough of the woke bullshit, and you're tired of paying companies like Harry's and Gillette to hate you, then buy my new razor instead. Behold, Jeremy's razors. Yes, they're real. Yes, they're fabulous. But Jeremy, you say, you're a spelt silver fox with a salt and pepper beard that's the envy of lesser men. You're damn right I am. And I want to be clear that shaving with the Jeremy's razor won't actually make you look more like me. Could make you look more like this guy, though. And that's the most homoerotic moment you'll ever get from a Jeremy's razor commercial. What kind of man shaves with a Jeremy's razor? I don't know. About cowboys, firefighters, those guys that shot Osama bin Laden. I mean, no, none of those guys have ever even heard of a Jeremy's razor, but imagine how much more manly they'd be if they had. Right now, you're probably wondering if this whole thing is a joke. Sure it is. That doesn't mean it isn't real, or that it won't be the best shave of your life. Harry's Razors doesn't want your business. I do. They seem to hate you, and I can't say that I love you, but I don't mean you any specific harm. Our country's in trouble. Conservatives are being canceled by Hollywood, the media, universities, and now Harry's Razors. Stop giving your money to woke corporations who don't think you deserve their product. Give it to me instead.
Give it to me instead.
Head over to IHateHarrys.com and pre-order your Founders Series razor and shaving cream set today.
Oh my god.
Now that is a commercial, am I wrong?
So, the worst part is, like, it's hitting every single part about classic marketing.
Yeah.
You sell a lifestyle. There's no bloody razor scene everywhere, but everything about it implied is about the manly lifestyle. Wow!
He calls himself CEO and God King of the Daily Wire. It's like, oh my gosh. It is the manliest commercial I've ever seen. And it's glorious. And guess what? I'm ordering a Jeremy's razor. I don't even use a razor. I've got a full beard.
Yeah.
But my son's gonna shave, so he's,
Mm.
I want him to be a manly man, so he's gonna use Jeremy's razors.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh my god.
There's
Wow.
so much to unpack here, folks.
yeah.
First
Fun.
I think you need to flash your hashtag canceled because this was a
Oh,
very
that's-
much. I mean, like this is the commercial that will get Luke in trouble in certain circles. You know,
Yeah.
bless you,
hashtag
Luke,
cancel.
because that. Whoo!
Oh boy.
We gotta parse.
I'm
We
a-
gotta split some of this.
I'm all right with it though. I don't really care about the,
Oh,
try to
no.
cancel.
This
I'm
is-
Gen X. I'm Gen X, and Gen X is like they're the uncancelable generation. They're like, yeah, whatever. Don't try to cancel me. I don't care.
Okay,
I wish that Kurt Cobain was still with us, because that guy they would try to cancel him for something, and he wouldn't care. He wouldn't care.
He would have been cancelled. Like, the concept of being cancelled would not have been a part of his life when he would be cancelled first.
So apparently, Nita says she's found a chat that claims the exact opposite about comics, probably, and indie comics. But you know what? Screw those guys. They don't know what they're talking about. We got Glenn B. Fleming in the chat this morning. Good morning, Glenn. It's so nice to have you with us.
Now,
Glenn was on the show a couple weeks ago.
understand
What a great guy.
classic comics and what made them great. You talked to Glenn B. Fleming.
Oh
That's
yes.
part of the problem is we have people who are trying to tap into the resource without understanding the resource. Because if they treat it with respect, a lot of us wouldn't be here having to do what we do.
Yep. Agent Zero says, Luke is speaking the truth on backing others. So glad you're saying this. You know what, Agent Zero? Here's the truth. I usually speak the truth.
Yeah.
Sorry,
A lie
not
doesn't
sorry.
get you anywhere.
Yeah. But it is the truth, yeah. And you're right. Someone needs to say it. And you know what? I'm bold enough to do it. So yeah, it stop this whole cycle of, this expecting reciprocity. Back my book if you want it. I'll back your book if I want it. Otherwise, I'm going to like and share your post, and I'm going to send it out.
Exactly.
I might even buy you a cup of coffee if you've got that kind of tier to say, look, the book's not my thing, not really into it, but I like you as a creator. I like your moxie, kid. And then so here's $5. Go buy yourself a cup of coffee. Fuel the creativity. You know what? Here, let me help you take care of those beautiful mind babies. That's what I say.
Yeah. And I really don't approve of it's a competition, because as soon as people start pumping too much. One great thing about independent creators, usually, there are caveats, because I know some people who can't have a creative thought in their head, bless their little souls. But when you look at the big two, one makes something, the other makes something to balance or counter it. Deathstroke and Deadpool, etc. It's this ongoing IP chess game of who can take the same concept and do it better.
It just becomes derivative upon derivative. It's bad.
Right. When you look at hybrids, you get one very distinct type of story. You look at Life on Korra. So I've got two tremendous comic book creators, same field, tremendously different products. And you can be diverse and say,
yes.
And there is no reason, because, there are people, and because of this organization and others I'm in, I can see the backside. And a lot of people have scars on their back because there's a lot of, I want more money, so I'm going to shank you to try to get it. And that's just stupid. I'm not going to go into details. We don't need details. Most people know.
No.
And there will always be another parasite.
Yeah, there's always going to be those people that try to grab a hold of IPs that have gone into public domain to try to capitalize on stuff like that. There's always going to be those people that try to create derivative characters that like, oh, this is like a Hulk, or this is like a Spider-Man, to try to grab that. But that's
I don't mind
that's
the public
not what I'm trying
domain
to do.
guys, because they usually are spinning it. one of my favorite people in the world is Brian K. Morris. One of his best
Yeah.
products out there is something called Santa Stein. Because he
Yeah, very good.
did a holiday parody on Frankenstein. It's a phenomenal
Yep.
book.
It
Folks
is,
should read it. It's on my shelf. There's nothing wrong with, because once it's public domain, that's the point of public domain.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm
Yes.
really mad that Disney fights the timing, because that's not fair for the people who could tell the story. But
Like The Zombieful World of Oz by
exactly.
Hawkins. Yeah, great book. Great book.
That's so transformative and brilliant, and I love it. I'm a Dracula fan. It's very rare some version of Dracula isn't something I'm not going to sit down and watch. It's a modern myth. It's a great story. But that's different from the, well, I'm going to draw Superman, but he has orange cape, and he's exactly the same character.
Yeah.
Or,
Now,
you
it's one
know,
thing if you're creating like that Superman character because you're telling like a kind of a parody kind of thing.
a
And
parody
it doesn't have to
or-
parody. A parody does not have to be a comedy thing.
Right.
You know, you can
No.
do a parody, but it has a serious nature to it. So you have that analog character. So yeah,
Right,
that's all
the
possible.
trick.
But, yeah.
That's
Originality is important.
But when it's well, because that's like Invincible. You know, that's the whole point of the
Yeah.
oh, the great storyline there. Brutal, but great. My point being, when the independent creators are doing that independent thing, and they're making that independent thing, and that's so much better to me. And I think we gotta support that. And because it's so independent, they're not fighting. Because I'm not, you know, if I were to publish one of my comics, which would require my hands to work enough that the drawing isn't shameful, it would never be, I'm competing with Luke Stone. Because that's stupid. You know? I'm sorry. Not only is it stupid, don't step up to Luke, you'll get knocked down. Two,
Not so much these days.
Well, but here's the thing too. Because we know you, because we want to see you succeed as indies, we're gonna cheer you on anyway. There is absolutely no reason any of us should be competing.
right.
Because you don't decide what the audience wants. Because every single person you're gonna see at a convention, on crowdfunding, on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever you promote, on your own website even if they're specifically looking for your thing, you're only seeing a millionth of a percent of their lives.
Yeah.
And in that, couple of seconds, they're going to say, I like it or I don't. And after that, they're going to move on. And maybe they're going to move over to the next booth and buy stuff, the comics from the buddy next to you. And you still are happy for them because
At least
just
they're
because
buying
he
indie
doesn't
comics.
like it, exactly, they're buying it. That means
then-
that
Now, we've got a ton of comments we're way behind on. So let's move
Oof,
along
yeah.
with this. Meredith, Sarah says, that's how Meredith was, a fan who became a pro. Always so proud of her. Yeah, she was great. Glenby Fleming says, Luke Stone, above your head, is that the elephant in the room? It is the elephant in the room. Right there. There you go. Thank you for bringing that up. And then, obviously, Nina's very proud of her as well. Agent Zero says, I'm all about promoting all comers, but I'm not interested in certain content and will not buy it. Exactly, and you don't have to be.
exactly.
But you can definitely help promote someone. You can share their link. You can, the only time I don't share a link is if the content is so
It's almost like
rough
it works like the
it
right
goes
reason.
against my brand.
Yes. If you can clearly see the creator is not putting in the effort that you would expect from them to be able to create a product in the first place, I'm sorry, you're not going to get my support marketing it.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I personally can't share stuff that has pornography in it.
No.
Because it
Me
goes
neither.
against
No.
my personal brand. So in that cases, but people know it's like, oh, we know Luke's not going to share this out. We don't expect you to, but yeah. So that's how that works. Glenn Fleming says, "Have you guys never heard of razors?" All of us here, we have never heard of
No.
razors.
No.
I don't. No. Well, you know what they say. Now, this is offensive. You guys are going to cancel me for this, but oh well. Here I go. You know what they say If your husband doesn't have a beard, you don't have a husband. You have a wife.
I
Let that
really
sink in
see
for
a
a second.
joke floating about mustaches, but I'm gonna not make it. I'm gonna be good.
Yeah. I love that. Remember when there used to be just two genders and only one and a half of them had to shave? Like, you start that out with that. Like, that's how you start out your ad. Of like, oh,
I
God.
will commend a couple things on that, even if it was a little bloodthirsty on a couple things. The comic timing.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't seen a commercial that funny without either the world's most interesting man, which
Yeah.
want to talk derivative transformation, that's definitely, or Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is.
But he even
who
says,
might be
like,
the
he goes,
world's most
is this a
interesting man.
joke? Of course it is, but it doesn't mean it's not real. But like, yeah, he's joking. he's making a point, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's hilarious though, and it's
Yeah.
possible to laugh at humor you don't always agree with, folks.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
might shock you because
Yeah.
that's how you process ideas. You have to test them out a little bit. If you have a firm belief and you've never thought about the opposition, that is an
Yes.
untested idea. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I agree with there comes a point where, especially I'm 40, there are things I believe that you just can't touch. My faith, my family, things like this. It is. Sorry.
Yeah.
I still think Babylon 5 is one of the best sci-fis ever. You can't touch that. But,
Firefly.
Firefly's
Something for that
amazing.
next-
Mm.
Firefly is way up there in my
Frog G says, I just want good books. I'm happy that I have Jason and Inkspot's phenomenal talent for mine.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
I can't wait to see the new Frog G project. That
Yes.
is amazing. We need to get some more people in animation, though. We need to get some more, like, hungry animators in this circle of people.
Mm.
Agent Zero, shout out to our wives, for sure, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and Brian K. Moore says, I wrote a story of Christian horror once, but I kind of backed into it during the writing. No agenda, though. And there you go. See, that's the thing. It could be good if it doesn't have agenda, but it uses like a, I think I like to see more Christians in books rather than Christian books.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want my faith represented. I don't necessarily need a Christian book, but I would like to see Christians represented well in media. Instead of being like, the loudmouth bigot or, the enemy in the story. They be the good guy. They have those values. Like Captain America. There's only one God, sir, and he doesn't dress like you.
Well, that's part of the problem, I think. And this is me getting myself in trouble. I think there are a lot of people coming out claiming to be Christian, wearing fancy suits and expounding on ideas that are totally against what's actually in the book. So it's like, I hate to say it, but to get it, you kind of got to do your homework. And if it goes against what the letters in red, which my boss said, if it goes against that, it's not Christian. I mean, it's real simple.
Right, yeah. All right, let's keep moving along here. We're gonna have to close down pretty early today because I actually have a doctor's appointment virtually here in about 15 minutes. So it says, don't look too close, Nick. Nick, don't look too close. Nick, protect your eyes. Luke is leading you down a dark path. Yes, I will lead you down the cancelable path. Trust me, I will. Sarah says, Luke, did you ever read the Christian comics from the 90s called Jeremy? I was so huge into that as a teenager. I did not read that. I did read some stuff called Archangels, and I was not a huge fan of that. The art was great, but the writing was just. I'm gonna say it was just subpar because it was too
preachy.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, and then Dave says Andy has no A&R but has plenty of TNA. Yeah. Touche. Point taken. Yeah. Says I've changed a lot since then, but I still remember that comic. Yeah, man, if you connected to the comic and you loved it, then that's great. I'm not going to put that down. But I'm saying a lot of this modern stuff, it's just goofy. It's just stupid. And then Rage do the EFAB. Yeah. Glenn B. Fleming. Right. I'm out of here. Got the Comics Unlimited podcast show with
Oh,
Ted
yeah.
at 15. All right, Glenn. Best of luck on that. We're looking forward. Actually, he's on that right now. So that was about 15 minutes ago. Yeah. So, oh, wow. More adults. Here we go. Agent Zero says OG Secret Wars was awesome because we got the cosmic costume Spider-Man prior to Venom. And Nick Fury was on his A game. Yes, he was. It was great stuff. Great stuff.
They could
Muttman's in the chat.
Nick Fury, but they won't.
Yeah. Muttman's in the chat. Hello, Muttman. Good to have you here. Comics are at the forefront of the entertainment revolution. Disney buying up so many beloved IPs and ruining them is fast-forwarding the platinum age, as Genuine Comics put it. Yes, we agree with that very much. Belmont Press is in the chat.
Folks.
Hey.
Yep. I think it could.
I think that's
Belmont
cool. I
Press
like
is
that.
in the
Hashtag
chat
Platinum
now.
Age.
Platinum age, baby. Yep. And then, let me see. Best commercial ever. I agree.
Yeah.
And then, Sarah, I want that car.
I
Me
know,
too.
right?
I want to see you in that car, Sarah.
Adios, Nerd Bacon. I barely knew thee. Yes. I think he's saying we're getting canceled for that one. Adios, Nerd Bacon. I barely knew thee.
This
You know
is
what?
why I have a spare network. No,
We're not going. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. They can come be like, don't watch Nerd Bacon. I hope they do that, because what will happen, it'll just make more people want to come watch.
Exactly.
You know?
You're just
That's like,
helping
what's
us.
so-
It's fine.
What's so bad about these guys that find positive stuff in everything? You know, how are they going to do that? The stream lags isn't doing much for the comedic delivery though. Oh,
on the commercial.
oh, it lagged.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
right. It was
it's-
chunky.
Oh, my bad. It's probably because of it being the hotel internet and not my home internet.
No, that was part
So
of your
it-
whole plan. That was breaking it up so that
Mhm.
it never ran consistently, so no one could get cranky about you using somebody else's thing. It was frequently paused as advertised.
Yeah, your boy
Good
Hojo
point.
saw that on Hojo. So, alas, the beard has grown on me. There we go.
It does on all of us.
Isn't that funny how that works, right? At first, I thought it was the villain from Billy Madison. Looked a little bit like it, didn't it? Yeah. What am I watching right now, Sarah? I want to give him the Brazilian wax. That's funny stuff. He knows his audience. Yes, he does. He definitely knows his audience. Give it to me instead. GWS. Yeah, I love that. That was my favorite one. Bob's in the chat. Bob, it's good to have you this morning. Hail chat. Yep. Capitalism was here for capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
Hail Tarxis. Oh, here we go. He's taking cues from Steven Crowder on this stuff. He might be, but that dude's got an audience too. It's pretty hilarious. And then at Raging 2, we don't get canceled because we don't apologize. Exactly.
Oh,
No, that's what
too
people don't
real,
realize.
though.
That's what people don't realize. You apologize, you're done. You've given them the power. Never apologize. Yeah, we need another George Carlin. I will not be another George Carlin, but I'll do what I can to
You
bring
just be the
some
best
humor to the
Luke
world.
Stone you can have. That's
Yeah.
what we need.
Now I want a Jeremy's Razor, says Eric Hawkins. Me too, right? Like I
Hashtag
said, I'm
not
playing
sponsored yet. Anyway,
100% Kurt Cobain. Love him always. Yeah. Frog G, thanks for shouting out the links for Bloodwing Angel Chronicles. Yes, Frog G, you are awesome. We got Krista Crawford in the chat this morning. Good morning, good morning, Indie Comic World. It's good to have you today. And man, we've got. Am I getting caught up? Holy cow! I'm not even close.
nope.
No,
So,
it's busy.
Guys,
It's busy.
here. Why don't you? Do either one of you have access to the comments here?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I
why
don't-
don't you do that?
I can't.
I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do my appointment. I'll come back because they're calling
sure.
me right now. All right.
All right, let's see where we left off. Oh, yeah, that's far. Holy crap. Hey, everyone. Yeah, Luke is going to be off for a while, so I'm going to take over. I fully trust the artist on my book, and all of us have a contract. Exactly. That's the way to do it. Like, having 6 people working for me right now, same. Like, trust them, and let everyone know what they're up to. Brian, Thanks, Nick. I was wondering if I had to leave the room for recording. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure things weren't mislabeled. There's a big difference between ripping off your competitors to try to steal their audience,
Yes,
and what you do, which is craft amazing alternate timelines of existing impressive works and original stuff. I want to see Crimson Trace. People who know. People who don't know, he needs to hound some people for a project called Crimson Trace. If you don't know, ask Brian about it.
I'm going to, dude.
You are. Oh, I'm sorry. No, there's some really cool stuff he's working on, and I'm here for it. I'm also waiting to see Volcana get done. Ironically, as a comic, I'd like to see Volcana hit the comic stuff.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Let's see, Dave, Genuine Comics. It does have a competitive element, though. Customers only have so much to spend, so you need to bring your A game, of course. But who we compete more with is ourselves and what we produced yesterday. Exactly. Like, you're only as good as your last product.
Right.
Always.
I tell people you only have one opponent in life. I've been teaching people to sword fight for 20 years, okay? And we all have one opponent. It's the version of us that's sitting on the couch, eating Cheetos and playing video games. Like, every time you're out drilling, every time you're out fighting, win or lose, you're beating the you that isn't doing it. And I think that if we worry more about that conflict with ourselves, our products will improve.
Mm-hmm.
When you make better products, the customers will come. I'm a firm believer in it. It may take years to get there because tenacity and just stamina is a big thing, but it's there, folks. So yeah, I'm
keep growing. It's small steps every single time. You're not gonna make your magnum opus today, and that's okay. You know, I was doing a full-on graphic novel of like 250 pages before I started La from Cora. I got about 110 pages in, and then I was like, you know what? The smaller format actually works.
Oh, yeah.
And I get, it's on hiatus right now because I don't have the time or the skill to do such a gigantic thing. And I don't have the money to pay someone, so,
Right, and the project that you get out is always better than the project you don't. I know so many people, and I hound them religiously. I'm like, you've let me read your story. It needs a finish. End it and publish it. Well, what if it sucks? Guess what? If it sucks, you won't make money. But I guarantee if you don't publish it, you won't make money. If somebody
here's the
doesn't
thing.
like it, maybe you'll become a better writer.
Here's the thing. Like, so many indies get stuck on issue 1 because it doesn't sell and it sucks. Guess what? First comics, first whatever you're gonna do, they suck. And that's okay. They need to suck because if they don't suck and you have an instant gratification for it, it's not going to be a challenge you're going to give up the next time because the next time it's going to be even harder to get done.
Yeah.
We are joined by the Eric Hawkins.
Eric Hawkins,
hello.
Skeletal horse, flinging the bad comics and everything. Because rest assured, if your comic sucks, just send it to Eric Hawkins and he will test it for you, pretty much free of charge. You send him a comic, he'll fling it and let you know how aerodynamic it is. I mean, the man is he is the NASA of comics. Whee! You gotta
have some high quality paper, people. You don't want it to flop around. You need some quality in there.
You want that firm. Keep it stiff if you send it there.
Brian Kamota says the public domain was created to be messed with. Exactly. Yes. Without it, we'd only have Romeo and Juliet, but no West Side Story. Yes.
I mean, we'll also get the Leonardo DiCaprio version too. That's the price of free speech. That's what I love about it.
It's a hit or a miss.
Yes. And isn't that exciting?
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
I'm not saying I wouldn't love to make $1 million with my next book. Because I would. Anytime I make money on my books or anything I create, it's awesome. But the idea that there's a chance of failure makes it... I mean, that's part of the spice of life, people. You gotta have a little bitter with the sweet. And yes, Brian, absolutely. I figured you'd have to feel like you had to come out swinging when I when I heard my man Luke talk about public domain. But yeah, that's important. And there's nothing wrong with having a structure if you build something new on it.
Exactly. Sarah, I miss Heath Ledger. Perfect joke. Oh man, like I never watched those movies, and you may call me out on it and be like, dude, that is such a staple. I am not a movie guy. Like all the movies I've seen in the last like 12 years were my friends going, dude, you gotta see this movie, let's go to the cinema. And I would enjoy them. But I will also be like, one, I gotta get up at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow. And two, I could be drawing right now. So, you know.
That is the burden of the creative. And I will tell you, I'm an artist, I'm a writer, I do game design. And one of my horrible sins is I never don't feel like I'm wasting time.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, and it gets me because sometimes I'll be on the show, and anybody who's watched will notice I'll start looking down because I'm being quiet, so I have to do something creative. So, like, I'm sketching or I'm writing out plots for a game I'm going to run for the kids at the library. But to get to the Heath Ledger thing, because I did see this, I found it so deeply troubling.
She'll be.
Because I worked with mentally handicapped and people with, well, let's just say, literal crazy people. I've worked with the mentally insane people, and I've associated. And what happened is he spent so long mastering the tics. And you'll understand it. He tried to understand the behavior of an insane mind, and it drove him insane. And that's why it's like, I'm all for the Cesar Romero Jokers, because I think, be a little lighter with this, because the role is literally that dangerous. When Jack Nicholson calls you up and says, I heard you have this role, be careful. Because I'm really, one of my big hang-ups is suicide prevention. I take it very, very, very passionately. It's something I've done a lot with. It's a great role, but be careful with your method acting, because you can become what you are.
Yes. Your boy Hojo said, I like Cthulhu in Wonderland. I would have never backed anything like that in the past, but just hearing the name. I've looked into it, and I'm excited to read it. Yeah. And it's only because people took the time to make it, and you finding it. Because, to me, like, the concept of Eldritch Horror in Wonderland, that's a pretty good mix. But you can go wrong so quickly. And
well, I think that roots well from, again, they went to the source material. You think Wonderland, a lot of people think Disney, they think the movie. And if you read the Alice in Wonderland book, that is Eldritch. I mean, the Jabberwock alone is enough to make wow, So it really fits, and that's where you have a great creative mind using a great creative thing, and not afraid to kind of rotate it around and play with it like it's a Rubik's Cube. So yeah, I get it. I totally get that. Plus, I love me some Eldritch horror.
Let me see, where was I?
I
lost. There it is.
Where you were.
Region 2, Broadcast Network. FYI, Luke, you're a terrible e-fapper. You may have to wait for him to get back to tell it to his face.
Yep. But I have no doubt she will.
Emotional damage!
Well done, sir! Well done, sir!
Let's see, Ward Fawn, is it okay to ever do a commission at a table at a con? Like, to do orders? Yes! They're some of my favorite ones! I love convention commissions.
Yes.
Because it's so much fun to, first of all, get someone to your table and be like, I want something in your style specifically. Directly right there. 2, they get to see you make it. They see how much it's worth. And convention prices are pretty, you're not going to do much more than an inked sketch, So you're going to spend maybe 2 hours on it. Then You see them smile ear to ear because you rocked it. They don't. They just want what you created. They want your stuff, and it's the best compliment you can find. It's probably gonna be fan art, but it's worth it. It's so much.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
See, this is actually how
Yes.
I got started in going to conventions. I had a little fold-up angled table and a little sign, and I actually got free space because that is a little slot between two pillars.
Oh yeah.
I just slid in with that and a tray table on the other side, and I said $10 anime style commission. You tell me what
Yeah.
you want, I'll draw it. And what that made me fast. It made me accurate, and it's really good for the soul. It's my every convention I do, I may be running games, because I run Big Snappy Robots, so I usually have a couple tables where I'm teaching people how to do tactics gaming, and I have all my stuff, but I always have like a part, and I have to step out and be like, I'm in art mode. I'm in front of my little sketch thing, big stack of cardstock, and
Yeah.
I actually do shows. I'll go where that's all I do. I sit down.
You want to know one of the
program,
funniest things I've ever seen in my life? There was there's a creator in the Netherlands who calls herself Super Chicken.
Okay.
One of her most profitable ideas ever was to put a sign on the table saying, "I will draw you as a chicken."
Yes.
10 euros every single time. She spends maybe 5 minutes getting like 3 of your characteristics onto the paper on a very badly drawn chicken, and she just keeps pushing them out, and she has rows at her table.
Yeah. Because
They want that chickie.
well, that's also something you can collect. That's
Yeah.
that's the kind of cool creative I'm all about. That's awesome.
It's so good. We got plenty of even hosts. Yeah, I'm included. Because next week we are starting Sketchy Saturdays with Marvy, who drew this awesome comic, and we are going to be joined by 2 awesome guests. We're gonna keep it quiet for a little bit, but they're cool, and you're gonna love it.
Ooh.
Let's see. Belmont Press says, "I don't have a beard. I am
That's
so
okay.
sorry. I am so
It's
sorry."
Okay. I mean, they're not for everybody because of being a member of the Scuba Sleeper Squad. I have to keep the shaves down so I can use the mask. But yeah, don't feel bad about it. Never let something you can't change physically about yourself make you feel bad about yourself, and never make somebody feel bad about something that they can't physically change. That's one of my rules.
Yeah.
It's like they can't help that. If yeah. Sorry.
Your boy Hojo, Roach Balls was a good example. He hustled, he tried everything, it worked. The book is not for me, but I'm retweeting it, and it's heartwarming to see him make it on his first try. Yeah, I've seen it around. It's 100% not for me. I will say it. However, he's got quality art. The book looks really, it looks finished. It looks really well done. It's not for me. But I'm not gonna keep him from the eyes that might just look at my stuff too, because it's for all of us.
And cross promotion doesn't cost you anything, and it can gain you the world.
And
Yes!
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
Babylon 5.
I'm
got
sorry,
you.
I get these arguments with people. We're Star Wars, Star Trek, and they yell at each other.
No.
I'm like, Babylon 5, Stargate, Firefly. Because let's be honest, you don't think you couldn't see Firefly park right into Babylon 5? Battlestar Galactica, yeah. I'm all for like the second tier. Wow, yeah. More independent sci-fi. Huh.
Let's see, I cannot believe they're trying to redo Bab 5. Yeah, well, I mean, they're gonna try anyway.
Well,
and
that
here's
got
the thing.
shut down too, so.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, there's also a big part nostalgia. They might tell the story better. They might take out things that you really want. They might put in things that you really didn't want. It's going to be a new thing. Enjoy the fact that the old one is still there.
Well, the other thing people need to know about Babylon 5 is JMS wrote it with plot contingencies if actors left. So every single character had a written-in contingency and basically a replacement who could come in and fill the same role. That's why you have Talia and Lita. That's why you actually have a bit of Sinclair and Sheridan. Zach could have replaced Garibaldi in a very similar character that could.
Cool.
It was written modularly, and he had to make certain adjustments that he couldn't. So he couldn't, to borrow one of my favorite movies, Basics line, he couldn't tell the story straight. So I can understand wanting to come back, and for some people, the VFX are limited. It's not as good as it is now. Me, I find it entirely charming. I still love the Babylon 5 ship-to-ship stuff, but I get it. Sorry, ranting.
Sarah, when I was going through Fertility Treatment, I told people I was going to name a boy Petrie for Petri Dish and Dixie for Dixie Cup. They thought I was serious. Oh, yes. Jennifer, I am sorry, I wouldn't know how to say your last name. I think it's Luders. I don't know. However, I did not even know Christian horror existed. Me neither. Exactly. Well, I would, but it wouldn't be written by a Christian.
I find it. There's so many stories of demonic possession. Usually, that's where you find the Christian horror side of things, or the vampire mythos. A lot of it has elements that it really could be done if it hasn't been, and done really well. One could look at Dracula and actually call it a Christian horror if it were spun from, say, a classic Abraham Van Helsing's perspective. Yeah. So yeah, I'm. It's one of those. I'll put a caveat that I'm willing to give it a shot if it's well written.
Let's see. Preach Nick on B5. Sheldon is in the smart as he thinks. Fair point.
Absolutely, he isn't. No. Mm-hmm. That just told you he. Well, actually, I could say that Sheldon represents people usually on a place on the autistic spectrum that have difficulty understanding interpersonal relations. Babylon 5 was all about interpersonal relations. It wasn't just a high IQ show; it was a high EQ show.
Yes.
It was about the meanings of deep stuff, spirituality versus religion, good and bad, nationalism versus loyalty. There are some really, really great deep topics. But if you're a hard science guy and that's where you think, and that's, everything's mathematical, the human equation isn't comfortable. So, yeah.
Sarah, the Book of Job is a lot like Stephen King book. That's Christian. Yeah, okay, fair.
You're not wrong. And that could be done both with it. See, I don't mind a horror movie. I love horror, especially old school horror where you can see the strings holding up the monsters. That's something else. But if you're doing something like Job could give a very positive outcome. It could be written terrifying, but still very much still have a positive message at the end, because that's the point of the Book of Job. I will say I have no tolerance for what I call torture porn. I'm not a big gore guy.
I'm gonna join Luke on his idea to rush through though, because holy crap, we are even further behind by now.
We got good commentary.
Peter Retro Palmiotti, always a pleasure to meet you, good sir. Always a pleasure to see you. Morning all, how is everyone doing? I am doing bloody fantastic, and I'm pretty sure Nick is too.
Oh yeah, I'm having fun.
Luke is calling his doctor right now, so he will be right back. Let's see. Praying for your brother. Yeah, he'll be back. It's just a quick call. If you want a positive Christian hero, you read the earliest issues of Captain Canuck by Richard Comley. He actually prayed before the... Oh! Huh, I didn't know that. Welcome back, Luke.
Hey! I'm here.
people saying hi. CG Metalsmith.
They never called. They called to get me ready for my appointment, and the endocrinologist has never called, so I changed clothes. I'm looking more like
that
Nick.
works.
I approve. Hawaiian shirts for all.
Well, I really like shortbread.
I backed Roach Balls. It's the wallet that sometimes stops me from backing. Sometimes I want to back new creators, but I'll pass if I've been following for some time. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta let go and say, okay, I can back you, but I am gonna support you that way.
Especially in these days, the wallet, the wallet has to take priority.
Yeah.
I need coffee. Just woke up. Oh, mate.
I hear that.
Miles ahead of you. Singular. That was a while ago, but take care, man. Always good to see you around. Let's see. Saying hello, saying goodbye. Ooh, it's busy.
Yeah, I love a good show has a whole nother show in the chats. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this could be called a comment dump. Let's see.
Yeah.
Are we having the black cover and... Oh, that's to...
the hybrids.
Yeah, okay.
No, on hybrids.
Oh.
Yep. So my book went live on Monday.
How did I miss that?
I don't know.
Let me take care of that after the show because I had no idea.
Yeah. First 50 backers gets a free chibi sticker. Yeah, first 50 physical backers. Yeah. So definitely check out those links. I might actually play the trailer for you guys. But the problem is my internet is really crazy slow right now.
Yeah, my PC is dying, so I can't be expected to share it either.
Yeah.
And I don't have full admin yet. Oh, we're professional broadcasters here on the Rage and Tune Network. I want to put a huge shout out to Nita Lanning for getting this motley bunch of lunatics.
Yep.
What are we even doing here? Sarah, Jeremy was a lot like the Zits comic back in the mid-90s.
Okay, I got you.
Let's see. Peter Retro, we all need to work together as best as we can. I've been promoting people since the start. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta cheer each other on because nobody else is gonna do it for you. Oh, there we go.
There we go. And I can show the video. I think I've got the video up here. So,
cool.
Let's watch the video.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hybris, the Sons of God. In this highly acclaimed series, descendants of the ancient gods face off against a celestial threat. Our heroes begin to converge at the Stardust Motel, where a deadly ambush awaits. Who will be the first to fall on the killing field? A fast-paced adventure where a Chris Claremont-era X-Men meets ancient aliens. Elements of drama, horror, and humor tell a well-crafted story. Complex character dynamics come into play as average people face unspeakable evil while learning to live with their newfound powers. Referred to as the X-Men I wanted to read, it is worth diving into the Hybrid universe now. With plenty of ways to get started at any budget, you can get your copy of Hybrids today, only on Indiegogo.
Yeah, that's the
nice.
That is the campaign video. Yeah, I got a lot of cool stuff available with that. We're doing a lot of metal prints, some metal covers.
Mini busts.
We got the mini bust. Those are very limited because I'm painting those by hand, and I literally by hand. So I mean, it's like I only got one to work with right now. So it's going to take a little bit longer on those. So I'm doing fewer. So that is a very limited tier, very very limited tier. You can see some of the art in there, and we've got the Nito Diaz cover that we're pretty proud of. He also did that Hybrid Ladies pinup that is available as well.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, we got a really cool tier. The big tier is you get issue 1 and issue 2 remastered. You get pretty much everything, but you also get some metal covers. I'm gonna have to let you guys talk about it because guess who just called? My endocrinologist. So I'm off again, guys. All right, I'll see you in a couple minutes.
Yep. Guys,
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but go share it out. Let's see if we can get him a couple more backers, because this looks absolutely phenomenal. Luke does amazing work, and every single panel here is super dynamic, really shows everything, high on the emotions. I'm loving. I'm probably gonna grab this right now after the show. I'm not shopping right now.
Totally. No.
Yeah, exactly. I'm totally not shopping.
Well, this is, guys. Luke has. It's rare you get to see the birth of what's going to be the next mythology. Yes. And I really feel that Hybrids has the potential to be something that, you ever wish, man, I wish I could have gotten in those early X-Men. And I don't mean for the guys who want collectors, although I'm not saying don't get yourself an extra copy and slab it just in case. This seems like a good investment on that front. I wouldn't say that, but I would say that this is the start of what's going to be the next world and probably the next multiverse that you really want to be from the ground up in. And it's so dynamic and well written. And knowing what's coming, don't
spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I am gifted with terrible purpose in that I get to know a lot of this stuff as it's happening, and Lord have mercy. And anybody who knows. M. Night Shyamalan has nothing on Luke Stone for just when you think it is safe. Just when you think you know what's going on, the shank comes out of left field and you're staring at a page and you look back on the previous page and start doing this. Like, did they, what? Wait, no, did they, no, hits you like the Final Destination bus. This is one of those where if you've got the funds, back it. Just do it. If you don't have the funds, there is no shame. I live in a single income, basically, household where I take care of my son, and my wife works. I know I'm too broke to do a lot of things, so I will never judge somebody for being broke. But share it around, man. This is just, if you want quality work, you have to reward quality content. And that's what this is. And I'm sorry, I'm talking too much, Mike.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, yeah, like, sharing is caring too, and seeing a creator, seeing you share their product and be excited for them, that puts you in a very positive spot for people. And that means that even if you can't support them in a financial way, they might just support you if you're working on something.
Right.
And there is so much, and they might just throw you a digital copy because they want to know what what your opinion about it is.
Yeah.
It does help and it does matter. It makes a lot of difference in the world. Let's see. Jennifer Looters. My problem is that I do not have the money for a script program, and I have never done this before. I wish you could just watch one creator, just go through the process to know where to start. It is overwhelming. Jennifer, I script. I'm reworking my original comic, Sage of Sunset. I'm scripting completely in Google Docs because it's just so easily accessed, and my writers do the same. If you want, find me on Facebook, Mike Jimmy Lorsha de Bruin. If you type in Mike Jimmy, or you look, if you're friends with this guy, you're probably gonna find me too. I can just send you a couple of pages for hell I care. I'll send you the bloody script the way I'm making it. That's fine. It's paying it forward. I got nothing to lose sharing information around.
That's just awesome. That's why I'm so happy to be
Sarah. The Sims. Yeah, no, it's. What am I to lose? The Simpsons started out with sucky artwork and look. Yeah, because they made a product first. Product over quality first. A finished product is worth something. Ideas are cheap.
Yeah.
Genoa Comics. The only reason why people like my current comics is because my first comics weren't that great and it taught me where I needed to improve. Yes. If you have something that works right from the start, you're lucky. It doesn't normally. It takes a lot of effort to get there. Brian K. Morris. The Eric Hawkins taught me to toss comics spine first into the updraft. Updraft lifts the lousy comic book. You're not wrong.
Hey, sorry
Brian.
about that parental threats. That's what I
Yeah,
have to say.
no worries, no worries. Brian, my comics of DC's Checkmate are still making the International Space Station denizens look up to see it pass. Is that a solar eclipse? No, it's a comic.
I think he's commenting on how I said that Eric Hawkins was the NASA of comic reviews. So, like, if you think your stuff's up, send it free to Eric Hawkins. I'm sure he's got a feel hot. And then, if it sucks, we can get a distance rating on it. I don't think he'd mind free comics. You know?
Sarah. To each their own regarding movies. Respect either way. Yeah.
See, that's what we want to see.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Heath stayed in character off screen and scared the hell out of people. The latter is funny, but not for the expense of life. No, you gotta know when it's business, and you gotta know when.
You know that Heath didn't take his own life, right? You know that it was his doctors mixed medications that shouldn't have been mixed, and that's what killed him. Yeah,
I don't know that much of the story.
Yeah. Heath did not take his own life.
The first thing taught in abnormal psychology is to not self-diagnose because it's way too easy to fall.
Absolutely. That is a devout truth. It's one.
Yeah.
That's one of my minors when I was in college. I took psych and soc as secondaries and English and business and history as primaries. So yeah.
Darks. I have back through Cthulhu Invades Wonderland, but that's because I follow both Travis Gibbs and Luke Stone. Both worked on Voodoo Nations, and I've backed Cthulhu Invades Oz, which was an amazing read. Yeah, you're back for more because it was quality. That's the whole point behind it.
I actually did some art in the Cthulhu Invades Wonderland. I did a story that Sam Boother wrote, and the very talented Thaisa Diaz did the coloring for me. So yeah,
I do want to comment on that because Luke was talking to me while he was doing it. Every so often, I have the privilege of we're video chatting about what we're doing, and he's working on stuff. Luke's art managed to look like Lord of the Rings done right, and I understand how heavy what I just said was.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
I can get into it though.
Yeah, I mean, the battle scenes he set without any spoilers, and I don't know anything much else beyond the scope of what Luke showed me of that project, but I know Luke's part in it was phenomenal. So
I put my heart into it. I wanted to have a really, really quality piece in that book. So,
and seeing your work from before, that's not going to be that hard to achieve.
I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, well, it's true. Let's see. Did I hear Super Chicken? Love that short. Yeah, it's translated in Dutch, so it's Super Kip, which is the Dutch word for chicken. But it's just hilarious to see, the row of people that just want themselves drawn as a chicken. It's hilarious.
I love it.
Let me see. Sweet, give me the links. I think that's regarding the Super Chicken again. I freaking love it. Yeah. Jennifer, Sarah, I'm reading your comics just in case you're wondering if someone sees this. No, we're seeing your comments, Jennifer.
I just
Sarah.
talked too much when Babylon 5 got mentioned. That's all on me.
Red Dwarf. Yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah. That's exactly how you say my last name. Woo! I did it correctly. I did a thing. Normally, I'm the guy with the weird accent that actually does everything even worse. So, woo! Yay, go me.
Nailed it.
Let's see. Bad 5 was very good. Ooh. Ah. 18 over there? Oh, okay. Bad 5 was very good with developing characters. It made the whole story richer. Yeah.
And the casting was phenomenal.
My last name was Dutch. No one can pronounce it, so I asked my ex-husband if I could keep his last name. Mine was Van Siok. Oh, that's not too hard. That was a nightmare trip. Okay, so what it's actually originally is Van Skijk. So the Van is an additive, so it's off, you know. My name is De Bruin, the Brown. Looters is German. Then it would be, Looters. I like it, but I made my maiden name Star. Oh, that is a nice one. Yeah. That's the best horror and egg cheesy cream horror.
Yes!
Yeah, classic.
Absolutely. Give me something with UFOs and strings and guys in zipper suits. I'm all for it all day.
Luke just left Florida and just got back from Hawaii. What is shortbread?
It's a type of cookie. It's not terribly sweet, but it's very good, especially when glazed. And
it is delicious, according to BKM. Let's see. John Celestri. The Book of Job is an inspiration source from... Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Sugar Chris, nonsense. You're all more professional than my stream. Well, Chris, I mean, come on. You have me on. Let me stop myself right there.
Hey, take it as a compliment and walk. Guys like us don't get many of them.
Hey, I know that voice. Yeah, I wonder who it would be. Is that Zim's voice? Yes, it was. That was on the Luke Stone thingamajig trailer.
That's one bonus point to you, Facebookies.
Mike Jimmy, you should never shop on stream. Very professional, says Sugar Chris. Yes, I know, Chris. I'm just taking your example. I've been hanging out too much with you. Art is tight on hybrids, says Peter Retro. Coloring is looking really well. It does. It looks amazing.
Luke's work and his team is phenomenal. And that's one thing I think that you and Luke do as somebody who watches what makes creators really, the ones who make it versus the ones who don't, are the ones who can collaborate and work well and say, okay, I have a team because I know I can't do everything.
Yes. You got to be able to admit that you can't hold up the world, first of all, where your strong points are and how you can specialize. And if you can't let go of your product or project, depending on how you want to look at it, then still there are ways to alleviate that pressure off of you without you becoming any less important or feeling any less important. That's why I'm still penciling and inking La Foncora, because that is my strong point. I will never ever let anyone ink La Foncora for me. Like, I would have to lose this left arm before I would, because no.
Yeah.
That is my strong suit. But coloring? Yeah, no, after the second issue, the first thing I looked for was a colorist.
Well, yeah, and that's what's gonna let, because I always lose Luke's layout guy name, and we'll have to ask him. He has one of the best layout guys I've ever seen. For Luke says I want it laid out this way. He gets the roughs, and I'll be honest, some of those roughs are better than some mainstream comics I've seen. Like,
can you imagine?
I'm not even. There's no hyperbole. It's amazing. And when you surround yourself with quality people who are passionate about what you're doing, you get better stuff.
Yes.
That's not what you're doing.
Let's see. Tarks. I'll be adding a special cover in metal print, or just jump on that tier and have 2 tiers. One black cover and a big fan of Nefo Diosars. I am not familiar with Nefo Diaz. I will check everything out after this stream because I am intrigued. May have to settle for a digital tier because I still have to fulfill Lab and Cora, and there's plushies coming, and they ain't cheap to ship. Let's see. Rescripting, I read everything in Microsoft Word because of its robust editing capabilities. Yeah, like OpenOffice also works. That's something that I have on my PC. That's why, yeah, it works. It doesn't matter what you use. The point is to get it done.
Yep.
Every single program that you're going to use to write or draw or whatever, they're tools. There is no correct way to do it. You can make it easier for yourself, but it doesn't mean that it's the correct and only way.
See, I want to point in, I use Google Docs because a lot of, and Brian gets mad at me because he's very much a PC guy. But my latest book, The Simple Spear, I'm writing a book on spear fighting. I'm writing almost entirely on, actually not that phone, on this phone because it's with me. So I'm actually on Google Docs because I realized how much time I would spend writing Facebook conversations. And instead I found out that why waste the time there arguing with people when I could do the same thing. And, if you're writing on a laptop out in public, people will interrupt you every time. Dangest thing. But if you're writing on your phone, people will leave you alone. It's just a strange caveat.
Let's see.
All right, guys, we gotta run through these comments because we were coming up on 2 hours. So where are we at?
Oh my God, yeah. Well, we're catching up. And my guest for next week, I'll take care of that, Nita. I'll take care of that after the show as well. This is a busy day. Let's see. Sarah, I wonder how it would be if hybrids had a crossover with Belial. Just curiosity and interest. Ooh. Yeah.
I mean, that might be interesting, but it's that might be a hard thing to make happen. Just saying, it might be a hard thing.
You could always go for pros.
Yeah.
That would take a little less time. And Todd,
I'm definitely doing a crossover. Definitely doing a crossover with Joe Spicer's character this year.
Ooh.
So so that's already written, drawn, colored. I think it might need to be finished. A few pages might need to be finished, but it'll come out this year.
Cool. Let's see, Todd from Redshift Comic. Good morning, Nerd Bacon.
Morning, Todd.
Good morning to ya. And yes, we're totally professionals. We are totally professionals, guys. Sarah, teachers try to include every letter of that last name. -1 called me out as fan psycho. Oh, that is just hilarious.
Oh, don't give me a cookie that I could run with like that. I know.
Yes, Nita, we type it like that, especially like that is how that is our job description. Professionals.
Superist professionals,
Sarah, as soon as I heard Sarah fan, I would immediately let them know it was me, except for when it was fun to watch them squirm trying to pronounce it. Family history goes back to the 1500s. Yeah, sounds about right. Ooh, sorry guys, I don't know what's up. Hiccups. So off topic. Ooh. I need to take a class because I don't know where to start.
Well, there are a lot of YouTube videos out there that can teach you where to start. And here's the thing, just start. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Just do it. Like that Shia LaBeouf guy says. If you want to write, just write. I remember talking to a writer once. He was trying to get his book made, and I said, "So what have you written lately?" He goes, "Oh, well, this book that I've been trying to get made for the last couple of years." And I'm like, "Okay, but what else have you written?" "Well, that's it. I was going to write the next one after that book got done." I'm like, "No, you're a writer, write. An artist draws every day. A musician plays every day. A singer sings every day. If you're a writer, write. If you want to write a comic book, just start writing. And it could be right or wrong. And then, because I've been, as an artist, I've drawn so many comic books. And I've gotten scripts from so many different people. And they all look different. Yes. There's no one way that I've seen a script. Sometimes it's in prose, sometimes, So just start writing. And then talk to somebody that writes comic books. Say, hey, can you look at my script? Do you have any pointers?
Yeah.
And then go from there. Yeah.
And seriously, if you want somebody talk to Brian K. Morris. Brian K. Morris knows all sorts of people who do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Dark says Nevo worked at G.I. Joe and IDW Hybrid's second cover now. Ooh, cool.
Yes, and he just got a job with Marvel. So he started doing layouts yesterday for his Marvel project. So that means he's doing interiors, and that comes out in June. So I'll definitely be buying that book for certain. I don't care what book it is. I don't care.
No.
I don't care if it's full of woke junk. I don't care. It's an Etho book. I'm going to buy it. And yeah, so I hope he can keep making covers for me. Hopefully he doesn't get too expensive. So
Brian says 2 hours. I've got 5 hours for the show. Try and catch up. Yeah, well, some of us have.
I don't plan to. I don't plan to ever do that.
See, that's why they have to give me the when I get the links. You know,
Sarah, we will not skip your comments. Froggy needs to hop. Take care, everyone, and you too, dude. Take it easy.
Froggy, thanks a lot for sharing those links today.
Let's see, saying goodbye.
A lot of goodbyes.
Sugar Chris, I might not have my computer fixed by tomorrow for my stream. I'd hate to have to cancel again. Sugar, hit me up. We can, if I don't have to work tomorrow, we can make a morning roast over at my channel. Let's see, Sarah, pen and paper, boom, problem solved. Exactly.
Yes.
I am actually starting, I started scripting in a little notebook because, that way I was completely into the book and nothing could distract me, and it worked perfectly. Peter Retro, I write tweets every day. Yeah, exactly. You guys, you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
And Brian, we're finally caught up. I didn't plan a 5-hour show either, but there it is.
There it is.
Well, we made
caught
it.
Up. Guys,
We're
thanks for grabbing the reins for me while I had to take care of my endocrinology appointment. And it was crazy because we kept trying to get on the call and it wasn't working, and so they kept trying to call me, and then it wouldn't go through. And yeah, it got crazy. But here we are nonetheless. So, and now we got a comment dump. Look at that. Mike, you can pull Sugar Chris into here too.
That would work.
The Raging 2 Network.
We can do a morning roast on the Raging Network.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll pick up Nitho's book. Fan of his work, happy for him, even though it's Marvel. Exactly. Nitho's a great guy. He's done work for me. I'm openly Comicsgate. I'm not afraid to say that. People, why would I be? Most people know that by now if they haven't, figured it out. It's pretty common knowledge at this point. But he still does work for me. He goes, can you not use the hashtag while you're and use my name while you're promoting something? I said, yeah, I understand what you're trying to do. So but he's a great guy. Him and his wife, they're fantastic people, and I got a lot of respect for them. Harry Potter started out on napkins. Yes, you just got to write. Just do it. Aaron Jordan, hey, Aaron Jordan, nice to have you in.
Good morning.
Morning, everyone. Brian says, caught up. Congrats. Yeah, that doesn't really happen that often. We won't extend this any longer. Well, I promise. Another word. Not one. Well, maybe two. Brian, we love you, dude. We love you. We love you, brother. Man, how fast were you typing to get those 30 comments in all at once? My gosh. Oh, crap. That was 3. And then Peter's coming in. I've done 8-hour streams only because it's YouTube limit. Yeah. I haven't tried to do that. The Nerd Bacon is a pretty, it's one of those shows we try to keep it about an hour-ish, but we have not hit that, not one time. It's always gone longer than we expected. Always gone longer than we expected.
You guys are just so talkative. We can't keep up, guys. We can only talk so fast.
Hamalana.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're dealing with here. But all right, we're going to go around. We're going to read any more comments. So it is what it is. We love you guys. We've had a great day, great morning. What a great start. Let's go around and we're going to tell everybody where they can find us.
Hi, folks. I'm Nick Tucker. You can actually find me now at www.nicholastucker.com, which I just recently secured. I'm on Amazon if you want to learn how to sword fight, or you want some great tactics gaming, or a bit of horror sci-fi stuff. I have a lot going and more coming. My art is at deviantart.com/NickT. I'm here every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. and I'm on the Rising Tide Network every Friday night at 8 p.m. doing the Historical Fencing Guild's live stream, where we talk about teaching people how to sword fight and pursue Western and Eastern martial arts, just even if you have a disability or you're broke or things like that. I'm all about helping build people up, and that's pretty much becoming my brand, and I'm all about it.
Howdy, folks. You can find me at my Linktree, Fairies and Ends, where you can find the link to Love and Korra 5. This is a proof copy. I'm ordering the new one, like the whole run, literally after this show ends. So I'm excited. Plushies are coming. And if you want The Singular by Marv, that awesome book, you want to hop over there to either my website or on the Love and Korra campaign, because you can get them all there as well. Stay awesome, lovelies. Catch you next time.
Yep. And let's try to remember to leave a wood pile a little bit higher than we found it. Build more than you tear down, and just create something today. Go out there. We've had a fun morning. We've had a lot of energy here. I think we're all awake now, so let's go out and be productive today.
Yes.
And do some good in the world. Make some new stories, create some new characters, and just do good. I like that Bohemian Rhapsody movie where Freddie Mercury's dad says, "Good thoughts, good words, good deeds." Let's let that be our mantra today. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Everybody, you have a great day. God bless you, and let's I'll tell you what, you guys have been awesome today, and it's been a lot of fun. So I know I've got some things I want to throw out here. Comics are awesome.
Comics are awesome.
I'm gonna go out and buy some more.
Okay.
And I think you should too.
Yep, absolutely. Comics are awesome. Go buy some more. Have a great day. God bless you guys.